and bounce on my mama knee. She said there's only one thing to set your soul free. Wasn't no easy street where I come from. There wasn't no sleep until the work was done. That victory bell. One for the money, two another show. Three, start your engines now and rock and roll.
The 2022 NASCAR Xfinity Series season will be one that will always be remembered. Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed's rookie seasons, Ty Gibbs becoming public head number one. Noah Gragson's historic stretch, the attrition-filled Daytona race, A.J. Allmendinger's insane start to the season, the teammate showdown at Richmond, Myatt Snider's scary crash at Daytona, the inaugural race at Portland, the debut of the Atlanta Superspeedway, Kyle Larson and Ty Gibbs' duel at Road America, and much more. But no matter what, the season would look very different without the playoffs, and today we're going to find out how. So let's break down the 2022 NASCAR Xfinity Series season. In the opening 6 races, we would get 4 full-time winners. Rookie Austin Hill would win the season opener at Daytona, and Ty Gibbs would win at Las Vegas and then again at the new Atlanta Superspeedway. Noah Gragson would win the race at Phoenix, and A.J. Allmendinger would cap off the first 6 races with a win at Circuit of the Americas. So after the first 6 races, A.J. Allmendinger would be in the lead by 10 points over Noah Gragson, with finishes of 2nd, 7th, 9th, 7th, 3rd, and 1st. Allmendinger would continue his consistency with a 4th place finish at Richmond and would follow that up with a 3rd at Martinsville and another 3rd place finish at Talladega. Allmendinger would once again have another solid finish at Dover by finishing the race in 6th and would follow that up with an 8th at Dover, and to close out the first 12 races, he would finish 9th at Texas. So after 12 races, A.J. Allmendinger would lead the standings by 52 points over Ty Gibbs. A.J. up to this point only had a worse finish of 9th. His consistency in this season would be unmatched by anyone else. At Charlotte, Allmendinger's top 10 streak would end with a 19th place finish, while Gibbs would finish 2nd and would close the gap to 35 points. At Portland, A.J. Allmendinger would put on a huge recovery drive and win the race, while Ty Gibbs would have his own issues.
Move, bitch, get out the way, bitch, get out the way.
This would grow the gap to 43 points to Gibbs. At Nashville, AJ would struggle with the handling on his car and finish the race in 16th, while Gibbs would finish 4th and would close the gap to 31 points. At Road America, Ty Gibbs would outduel defending Cup Series champion Kyle Larson and win the race, while Allmendinger would finish 6th, and the gap was now 23 points. But at Atlanta, Ty Gibbs' title hopes would come to an end.
And the decline, up into the wall goes Ty Gibbs.
So the answer is no, the two monster cars won't work together very well.
This would relegate him to a 35th place finish, while Allmendinger would finish 10th and was now 48 points ahead of Gibbs. And at Loudon, AJ would finish 20th while Gibbs would finish 21st, and at the halfway point of the season, AJ Allmendinger would have over a race's worth of points over Ty Gibbs. Now the question was, could anyone catch Allmendinger and outrun his consistency? At Pocono, Gibbs would be outdueled by Noah Gragson and end up finishing 2nd, while A.J. Allmendinger would finish the race in 4th and would close the gap to 44 points. At the Indianapolis road course, Allmendinger would win and Gibbs would finish 8th, and the gap would grow to 55 points. At Michigan, Ty Gibbs would answer with a win, while Allmendinger would finish 7th and was now 45 points ahead of Gibbs. At Watkins Glen, Ty Gibbs seemed in prime position to win, but on the last restart, that would all come undone.
Ty Gibbs is slipping in the corner. Byron goes wide to accommodate. They lean on each other in turn 4. Side by inside for the lead. Larson thinks for a moment, 3 wide at the backstretch.
Larson's going to push this 17 of Byron down into the braking zone. Here comes Ty Gibbs, side by side. There's going to be contact. Both cars go spinning. Both cars are spinning out of the lead.
Don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger. I am the danger.
Allmendinger would finish second, while Gibbs would finish the race in 27th, and the gap was now a whopping 70 points. At Daytona, Allmendinger would finish third, while Gibbs would finish 7th, and was now 74 points behind. At Darlington, AJ would finish third and Gibbs in 6th, and with 9 races to go, it seemed like no one had anything for AJ Allmendinger, and it would take nothing short of a miracle for someone to catch him. At the rain-shortened Kansas race, Allmendinger would finish 6th and was now 74 points over both Ty Gibbs and Noah Gragson. At Bristol, Noah Gragson would make it 3 wins in a row and would close the gap to 65 points. But Ty Gibbs' season would fall apart.
Racetrack, but all of a sudden, that has now presented that he can make it in. You see him right
crash!
Creed hard into the wall as well as the 54 of Ty Gibbs.
That started from behind Gibbs. Wow, what a terrible break right here.
Ty Gibbs' car just went up the racetrack into the door of the 2.
Not sure that wasn't some contact.
Yeah.
With this crash, he was now 103 points behind Allmendinger. At Texas, Noah Gragson would make history and win 4 races in a row, while Allmendinger would finish 4th, and the gap was now 58 points. At Talladega, Allmendinger would answer with a win while Gragson would finish 10th, growing the gap to 70 points. At the Roval, AJ would make it back-to-back wins, while Gragson would finish 3rd, extending the gap to 76 points. At Las Vegas, Allmendinger would have to pit late for a loose wheel and would finish 22nd, while Gragson would finish 2nd and would close the gap to 55 points. At Homestead, Miami, Gragson would dominate and win, while Allmendinger would finish 3rd and would shrink the gap to 49 points. At the penultimate race of the season at Martinsville, Allmendinger had the chance to lock up the championship a week early, but that would not happen.
Hey, look at this! Look at the 16 underneath the 7. Algar blocking him.
Oh, and the bumper goes to the 7. Up the racetrack he goes. Allmendinger's going to get to his inside. Big contact.
Allmendinger was getting some contact as well from the 26.
And remember this battle from early in the race. The 7 of Algar, he was able to hang on this outside. Allmendinger gave him plenty of room then. I don't think he's going to give him that same room now.
Contact right there. AJ's going to take the spot.
Clear. Algar better drive in the corner deep right here. Do not let that 7 get to you. He gets to you, pushes him out of the way.
Roll it hard. Push it. Still pushing out
right
on
into
inside.
the back of him. And now more contact. Allmendinger on the outside. Allgaier aggressively on the inside.
AJ's going to try to cross him over as well. The contact's coming again down here in turn 3 from the 16 car.
If he can get there.
He doesn't get there, not quite on entry, but now here he is.
He's there now. What will he do in 1? He got to the back bumper. Up the racetrack, the 7 goes.
This is where the 7 has been so strong, though, on the outside on exit speed. Oh!
In the corner. In.
More contact.
AJ up the track.
Good turn by Allmendinger. He clears the 7, but what will the 7 do? He puts the bumper to him again. And again. More contact. They're sideways.
Still inside.
AJ's got an issue.
Clear.
Left rear tire.
Tire is
Still
flat.
inside. Split you.
AJ Allmendinger after all of the contact.
AJ
Caution comes out.
Because of this, he would finish 16th while Gragson would finish 4th, and going into the finale at Phoenix, all AJ had to do was finish 31st or better to win the title over Noah Gragson.
You got up on top of the car, you heard the boos, and you were like, bring it on. Not everybody can wear the black cowboy hat, right? I mean,
sure.
How do you feel about all this and, what's inside of you on it,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I always go back to the same verse that, Jesus was hated first and among all the people. So, that's a part of it.
Not cool. Not fucking cool.
You have no fucking idea how not fucking cool that shit is. But I think you're gonna be up to speed here shortly. Yeah. You are so gonna regret crossing me in a few minutes.
At the finale, Gragson would qualify 4th and Allmendinger 16th. Gragson and Allmendinger would run in the top 10 all day, and that would be bad news for Gragson, who would end up finishing 2nd, and Allmendinger would finish 5th, and he would walk away with his first Xfinity Series championship. So in 2022, AJ Allmendinger would receive one last look in the spotlight before going back to Cup full-time, and he would also get redemption for 2021. And even though Noah Gragson put together a historic stretch of races, it just wouldn't be enough for AJ Allmendinger's consistency. But I don't want to completely write off Noah Gragson's 2022 Xfinity season. Now let's go back a bit to Loudon. In this race, Noah Gragson would end up getting disqualified and was relegated to a 38th place finish, but on the road, he would actually finish 4th. So instead of scoring 3 lone points, he would score 37 points. So if we give him the extra 34 points, this would make him the 2022 champion by 2 points over Allmendinger. But this is hypothetical, so we will never know for sure. Well, that'll do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for the Truck Series.